Hey everyone, welcome back to Isobe Food. I hope you're having a great day. You know what, recently I've been on a journey trying to bring together Southern and Japanese flavors. Now, we all love mac and cheese, and I think today's dish really brings these two corners together. Handmade udon noodles with miso cheese. Let's get started.
In a small mixing bowl, combine 1.5 cups of water with 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. Mix to dissolve. Sift 5 cups of all-purpose flour into a large mixing bowl. Flatten the flour to an even layer and gradually pour in 2/3 of the salt water mixture, using your fingers to evenly mix and combine. Continue to pour in the water, leaving about 2 tablespoons left in case you need to adjust the consistency. Continue to mix the flour until it becomes homogeneous and crumbly. Press and work the mixture until it comes together. If the mixture is too dry and there is still loose flour remaining, simply add in the remaining water a tablespoon at a time to incorporate everything. Dust the table surface with flour and knead the dough until smooth and slightly springy. Form the dough into a ball, curling the dough down and into itself. Bring the lips into the center, ensuring that you remove any air throughout the process. Place the ball smooth side up in a plastic bag for 3 hours to let the dough ferment. After 3 hours, place the dough ball on a lightly floured surface. Knead it for another 2 to 3 minutes and then cut the ball into 2 equal halves. Knead each half into a ball. Press down in the middle of the ball with a rolling pin and roll away from you. Continue to roll out the dough towards you from the middle. Rotate the dough 90 degrees and continue this process. Continue to roll out the dough with a rolling pin to about an 1/8 inch thickness, dusting with flour as necessary to prevent the dough from sticking. Occasionally, turn the dough in order to maintain a square shape. Dust the surface of the dough with flour. Bring the dough over the top of the rolling pin and roll it around. Dust the cutting board surface and unroll the dough onto the surface. Dust the dough with more flour and fold the dough back over itself. Apply more flour to the surface and continue to unroll in the opposite direction, ensuring that you do not overlap the edges. Dust the top of the folded dough and cut the dough into noodles, about an 1/8 inch thick. If the noodles stick together, lightly tear them apart with your hand and dust with flour. Place handfuls of noodles into groups on a baking sheet and cover loosely with plastic wrap. Now we can move on to making the miso cheese dipping sauce. Pour 4 cups of whole milk into a medium saucepan and add in a 3 inch by 4 inch rectangle of kombu. Place in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, place the pan on the stove over a medium heat and bring to the simmer. Once to the simmer, remove the kombu. Add in 2 cups of bonito flakes. Bring back to the simmer, skimming the surface of any foam. Once to the simmer, turn off the burner and let the bonito steep for 7 minutes. Pass the milk dashi through a fine mesh strainer. Don't press out excess liquid from the flakes, as you'll end up with slightly bitter off flavors. Melt 1 tablespoon of butter in a clean, dry medium saucepan over medium heat. Once the butter is melted, add in 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour and whisk to combine. Cook the flour for 1 to 2 minutes, stirring often to make a roux. When the roux smells of cooked pie dough, slowly pour in the milk dashi, whisking the mixture until fully incorporated. Add in a small pinch of ground nutmeg, 1/8 of a teaspoon of white pepper, and 2 teaspoons of red or yellow miso paste. Bring to the boil. Once to the boil, reduce the heat to low and simmer for 2 to 3 minutes, stirring often. Turn off the heat and let stand for 3 minutes to cool down. Mix in 8 ounces of grated Monterey Jack cheese, stirring until fully melted. We'll finish things off by cooking the noodles. Bring 4 quarts of water to a rolling boil. Place the noodles in the water and stir to ensure the noodles don't stick. When the water returns to the boil, reduce the heat to a simmer and cook for 12 to 15 minutes until the noodles reach a chewy texture. Drain the noodles and rinse them thoroughly with cold water. This prevents the noodles from becoming gooey and tightens the texture.
So there you have it, folks. Handmade udon noodles and miso cheese. That's right, a Japanese-style macaroni and cheese of sorts. We started with a milk dashi and miso with our bechamel sauce to create a smoky, savory dipping sauce that pairs perfectly with our handmade noodles. I really hope you enjoyed it today. If you did, as always, please like, share, and subscribe. That does it for me. I'm digging in. Y'all have a great one. Ooh, mommy. Those noodles are perfectly bouncy and chewy. This sauce is like a better version of Alfredo sauce. Digging in.